Tá séna totem. Amiskoti Oskaiganamati. Nitsigasan Jamie Koebel. So Beaver Mountain House or Edmonton area is where the area I come from. My dad is living in Buffalo Lake Métis settlement. And for those of you who don't know, there's 8 Métis settlements in Canada that are recognized by their provincial government. And that's where I'm from, in northern Alberta. There's lots of Métis settlements across the country, but there's a sort of different relationship in Alberta. And I've been here for 15 years, and I'm really happy to be back here this morning. I wasn't expecting it, but I think it is better to start the day with a nice expressive dance. And it's lively music, and one of the things that Métis people are known for is their music and for bringing people together. And it feels really good to be referenced as being a part of a community. So when Ed said that this morning, the first thing I thought of was, I'm just getting over a sickness. I have a little bit of it still in my voice, and I was sick for about 3 weeks. And I tried to just sort of keep it to myself for a little while, but I started to get depressed. And in that short period of time, so I ended up putting it out on Facebook, I'm not feeling well. And the past week and a half, I've had nonstop visitors, 2 or 3 a day, and I'm starting to get better. And I'm feeling healthier, and I'm feeling ready to dance and give back some love. So I'm going to do the first song for you today. It's a bit of a fast-paced song. It's called the Orange Blossom Special. And this one is a story through dance. This is how we tell our stories and make those connections and remember our families and where we come from. This is a story about not only our relatives here in Canada, but also in the United States. The Orange Blossom Special is a train that goes through the United States. And we think often about all of the people, the men who are from the Métis communities who worked on the railroad. And many of my friends' dads worked on the railroad in our town, and they would have had to let their fathers, uncles, brothers go for a period of time while they stayed home and managed the household and the children. So it's a progressively quick song, I guess. It gets faster with every section of the dance. So I need your help, just like I needed help from my friends this week. I needed that support to get better, and I need your help throughout this song. So I'll guide you along and let you know how you can help me. Are you ready? Okay. I'm pretty sure this is the earliest I've ever had a performance. So, one of the elders that I talk to a lot and is someone I visit a lot and I respect her very much is Maria Campbell. And one of the things that I kept thinking about is some of the beautiful things that she says, and I think sometimes she might not even realize, how much of an impact she has on people. And one of the things that she says was, do what you know. And I know it sounds so easy and so simple, but when I first moved to Ottawa, I was always trying to figure out other things and other people and how do other things work? How do other people work? Going into school and university and into my job. And then after finding a job that I was in research and policy and politics, and I took some time off for a little while to take care of my health. And then I got a job at the National Gallery, and when that was over, I realized I had found this passion for talking about art. And as Ed had mentioned, I ended up starting Indigenous Walks, which is a walking tour, a walk and talk through downtown Ottawa that addresses social, political, and cultural issues related to Indigenous people from an Indigenous perspective, looking at monuments, landscape, and architecture. And that's been a really huge passion because for me, the word Nihio, or Cree, the people, it means four parts of being who you are, of your physical body, your mental aspect, your emotional, and your spiritual. And when I dance, when I give my walks, when I'm doing my artwork, my birch bark biting, I'm biting on the bark and making flower designs. All of those things, when I have to go out and harvest the bark, and all of those things are acts of being who I am, because I'm incorporating all four of those things. And so that's why I dance, that's why I walk, that's why I run every day. I've been running every day for 417 days, and every day I run for a different person. And that helps me stay connected to people and connected to my spirit too. So with that, I want to share one more song with you, and actually it would be great if I could have a couple of volunteers. This is a great, come on up. Now here's a very fun way to practice reconciliation. That's what I tell people when they take the walks. That is an act of reconciliation. This is an act of reconciliation, having these. So, we need one more person. One more brave soul. Here we go. I think we got like a whole row going. So, so you three can go together, and you will come with us, and you're a dancer, so this should be fun for you. Good. Okay, so this is called the butterfly dance, and we do this dance, and we look like butterflies. We're supposed to. Anyway, don't judge us. Okay, so we're gonna get into groups of 3, and we're gonna just listen to the music. It'll go. I'm not gonna sing. I'm a dancer, not a singer. So we'll hear this like hop hop part, and we're just gonna like hop our feet like this. 1 2, 1 2. But in your groups of 3, you're gonna go in the middle because you're taller. And you're going to hold hands, and you'll hear the music, so you go 1 2, down, 1 2, down, 1 2, down. Then the music is going to change, and then you're going to jig and weave in and out of each other, and you'll like, I'm just kidding, okay. So we'll do a quick jig practice. So we'll just go, maybe face the, I think those are amazing motions. Okay. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Kick. 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 Now the one thing that sets Métis jigging apart from Irish or Celtic dance is there's an extra hop in this step. It's a little bit faster. There's some extra notes in the music too. So we're going to add a hop and we're going to go 1 2 3. Okay? 1 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm not a dancer. I'm a technical person, so I can say numbers, and I don't really know where they go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's like a basic jig. That's a beginner's basic jig. That's good. The first part. Okay, no more steps, but we're going to do patterns now. All right, so that was 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the music changes, and then this is where you're going to hook onto your elbows. So are you all getting this? All right, so no, your hands are still holding, but the music changes, and then you two let go. So you two let go, hands down, and then you're going to hook on elbows with her. You go back. So you're going to go like this. So I'm you right now.
Okay.
Okay? No, I'm you. Only the middle person's moving. That would be great. Okay, so that's that part. And then you go back to 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to do, this is the last pattern you have to remember. So you're holding hands, and you're going to go underneath, and I'm going to follow you. You don't go anywhere. Okay. And I'm going to follow you. So the middle person has the responsibility.
Okay.
Okay. And you gently, and you just kind of like, you don't squeeze hands. You have to let the person move around like that. Because oftentimes, if you're holding me tight, so hold me tight, you're going to end up like, yeah. Okay. So, ready to work together on this? You guys will follow us, so you can start back there. Yeah, good. Yeah, and then we'll just come onto the dance floor. We're doing our rehearsal. Okay, so you three go back here. Okay, and then so you're going to come, you're in the middle, so you're tall. But maybe I should go because I'll, okay. So come to the side. Yeah, this is so cute. Okay. Ready? participate in somebody else's cultural activity, but also to rehearse and practice in front of the audience. Very scary. I'll let you know that there's something called a half-breed hustle. It's something that us Métis people do. We get together every November to commemorate or celebrate Louis Riel, and I think that's happening at Wabano this year, so that's open. It's for you to come into our community and dance with us and listen to our stories. On the blog on indigenouswalks.com, I always post events for Aboriginal people, and they are Aboriginal events, but people ask if they're invited, and I always tell them if it's public and on my website, then it's you're all invited to come to any of those events. So check that out. And I think lastly, I usually dance with my children. They're very busy little people, so they didn't come today, but our group is called Prairie Fire, and our whole purpose is to do things together as a family. So we dance, and that's always fun, and we travel and dance, and we educate people on who Métis are. The very last thing I'll leave you with is something very beautiful that another woman that I respect has said to me, and her name is Madeline Dion Stout. And we always reference the people that we learn these things, because this isn't my knowledge. This isn't something that comes from me. This is something that comes from their wisdom. And she said, one of the things that lots of Aboriginal people used to do is First Nations people, Métis people, Inuit, is they used to wear, their jewelry, their earrings, their vests. They used to keep, and still do to this day, keep ourselves really well put together. The beadwork that we have, all that, the artists and the women and the men who put that energy into making themselves look beautiful. She said, sometimes we forget to decorate ourselves. And when we celebrate, when we go to celebrations, she said, don't forget to decorate yourself. You're something to be proud of. We decorate the Christmas tree, we decorate our houses, decorate yourselves. And it could be physical, it could be spiritual, it could be all kinds of things, but just the fact that we're giving that special attention to decorating our spirits, ourselves, our bodies, was a really beautiful message that she gave to me. So I'll leave that with you, and I wish you a beautiful, wonderful day. I'll be here until about 11, so we don't have a word for goodbye. We say, until the next time we meet again, whether it's in person, whether we think about each other, or whether it's in the spirit world. Until the next time we meet again, Akusimaga. Hi, hi.